Oh, hey, there you are, Jackie.
Hey,
Welcome,
Larry,
everyone.
how's it going?
It's going well, thank you. Hey, welcome to our second monthly live stream here. We're going to take about 20 minutes of your time and kind of go over some of the good things that we're doing here at the Lorain County Veterans Service Commission. For anybody out there watching, my name is Larry Amato. I'm the Deputy Director. And on the other side of the screen, you see
Jackie Towell. I am the Financial Assistance Manager here at the Lorain County Veterans Service Commission. We're excited to talk about some of the programs we have today for all the veterans and their spouses and families in Lorain County.
100%. Hey, just talking about some of the things that we have going on. First and foremost, we just finished up the Revs event that we held on November 8th. And we're proud to report that we had over 570 participants this year. We raised close to $50,000 to help with veteran crisis intervention in Lorain County, and that's a growth rate of 26% this year, which we're proud of. You know, I think we do a good. I hope that we do a good job of making the event, you know, a reminder of how important veteran mental health is. But I think we also, you know, thank our veterans, and we also have a really nice time for everybody involved. So we're looking forward to 2026. And just a little housekeeping, if you didn't receive a medal or some of your swag because we were kind of overrun there in the morning, it is on its way. It's arriving, and you will be getting emails instructing you how to pick that stuff up if you haven't received it yet. Or you can just give me a call at 440-328-2347, and we can get you worked out. Jackie, what do you have going on in the Financial Assistance Department?
Awesome. I just wanted to do one more little, by the way, for the Revs race, the effort put in by all of the staff members, but especially Crystal, in making sure that event took off. And, you know, bravo Zulu to everybody that was involved in that, because I know it was a huge lift getting that big of an event with that big of a turnout, as successful as it was.
Yeah, it's a very good point. You know, one day maybe we'll manage to get Crystal on this live stream. she's always so slammed, but she started the Revs event 4 years ago, and it started over in with just about, I think, close to 200 runners, and we've quadrupled that, literally, to the point that we're at 600. It's grown from a community event to a major event, and we definitely couldn't get that done without her leadership. So maybe one day everyone will get. I'm sure a lot of people know Crystal, but maybe one day we'll get her on here, and she can talk a little bit about the big lift that she does, making that event happen every year.
That would be awesome. Financial assistance wise, I know we just pushed out around 300 food card assistance for the holiday meal program. And what that is, it's $150 that goes towards the Serving Veterans card for veterans who have received assistance from our office within the last 12 months. So if you're a veteran who's received financial assistance from our office in the last 12 months, and you've received a Serving Veterans card during that process, or would like to receive a Serving Veterans card, reach out to our office in the financial department. We'll be able to get you assigned a card or verify if your card was loaded for that. There's a phone number that you can call to verify your card that you got with all the paperwork that you got when you got your card. You can call that, and it would be easy for you to check your balance to see if that amount was loaded. We do the food program for 4 holidays. We do Easter, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. The Thanksgiving and Christmas turnarounds are pretty close, so bear with us if you think you got overlooked. If you haven't received your food load within a week prior to the holiday, reach out to us and we'll verify if it was loaded or if it still needs to be loaded. But that program is awesome.
You want to talk a little bit more about it?
Not a whole lot more to say about it other than that.
Who qualifies? How do you get a hold of you? How do you sign up? You know.
Yeah. To get a hold of us, all you have to do is you can go onto our website, or you can give us a call. The best phone number to reach us at is going to be 440-284-4625. And then you just provide financial documents. All of our applications are as well or online, or you can swing by the office. We have them all printed out. And then we can get you filled out the paperwork appropriately to make sure you qualify for the programs that we offer.
100%. Talking about financial assistance a little more, you want to go into maybe what the expectations are when you file for financial assistance, what the time frame is, what you need to do in order to get your FA claim processed as soon as possible.
Yeah. So in order to create the application, the way that it works is you bring all your documents in, which include specific to which type of assistance you're applying for. Right now, we have 3 major types of assistance. We have hardship assistance, medical, dental, vision, and then legal assistance. Each of those are different document types required. We don't need, your bills for your legal assistance application. We really only need a 1040 from your tax statement from last year, because there is a cap to the amount of household gross AGI, so your adjusted gross income, in order to qualify for that program. But we also have hardship assistance. So if you're looking for hardship assistance, all of these applications take 30 days to process. And that's just so that everybody has a heads up that 30 days is the deadline to get the applications processed by. So even if you come in day one, you get all your paperwork in, you have everything there, and there's nothing else for us to request, it could still take up to 30 days depending on the influx of applications that we have at the time. We do process applications in the order that they are received through our electronic system. So as soon as a veteran comes in, we open up the claim for the veteran and we say, okay, or the spouse or family member, and we say, okay, this is the start of the date of your claim, just so that we can make sure that if something happens and you do need to bring something in, you're not getting pushed back to the back of the line. You're still going to hold your date of your claim, and you'll still have that full 30 days to get all that documentation in. The biggest thing is going to be making sure that you have all of the documents and making sure that there's not multiple requests for documents. If you have updated statements, make sure you bring those statements in, and they all should be within the last 30 days. Statements from 3 months ago generally don't help us. We will request a new statement. But
yeah, thanks. I think a lot of times people, we're not the Department of Veterans Affairs. We're not the Ohio Department of Veterans Services. We're the Lorain County Veterans Service Commission. We are funded primarily through taxpayer money, and therefore our financial assistance applications require due diligence. We have to develop a claim that we can present to the auditor's office.
Absolutely.
All right. We try to remove barriers to that administrative process as best we can. Your first application is always going to be your biggest, right? Because we have to establish you as a veteran. We have to establish you as a Lorain County resident. We have to establish you as your hardship and your need. And then, sometimes it requires having to go to our board for approval. So we do try to make that process as easy and as accommodating as we can. But there are just, as the applicant has requirements, so do we. We have requirements that we have to abide by under state law.
Yes.
That being said, I understand that emergencies don't typically have 30 days to wait, right? Yeah. So when there is a emergency, like we've had people come in whose houses had burnt down, right? Who've experienced mishaps at work where they were injured, and maybe they're in construction or they're a mechanic and they're not able to work. We do try to get that done. We do make that a priority.
Absolutely.
And we try to get that done as fast as possible. Sometimes we even utilize community partners, nonprofits, to get that need taken care of as fast as possible. And we have a good relationship with the auditor's office, where we kind of have the fast track inbox, right, where Absolutely. They will try to turn relief claims around for us, so that we can get those checks back as soon as possible. But it is sometimes we have a due diligence that we have to require, and that's why we need those documents in order to provide you with relief.
Yeah, and we do a lot of times reach out to multiple agencies. We work out with a lot of different agencies when it comes to, making sure that we're pledging accounts so that, utilities don't get shut off and things like that in the process, because we do know that it takes time to, request the funds from the auditor's office, then receive them in our office, and then generally mail them out ourselves, to take that burden off of one extra administrative step for the veteran or their family. So, but again, it's a lot of moving pieces between taking all the documents, inputting all the data into the system, making sure that all the data matches and that we can prove all of the numbers that we're putting in there. Definitely an important thing to do to make sure all the beans are counted the right way, so.
Yeah. And once we get you established and we do get you that first relief check, a lot of times emergencies, an injury doesn't always get healed in a month. A house isn't rebuilt in 30 days. Once you apply for that second month or that third month of assistance, which happens quite often, then the administrative burden is reduced. We just may need an update of your checking account statements, savings account statements,
new bills, as they after they got paid.
So the second time that you come in, or the second application that you make to continue assistance, quite often just comes down to a few documents that you need to submit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
So that being said, you want to I think it's our most underutilized program. We're trying to get the word out there. So I know we talked about it last time. We'll talk about it again this time. Medical dental vision.
Yes. Medical dental vision program. So anybody who is a veteran or surviving spouse or adult dependent of a veteran, or even dependent children. So they will apply for medical dental vision if you have outstanding medical bills that have not been paid, but the procedure was done within 1 year. You can bring those bills into our office along with your tax statement from last year. That's all you need is the bills, the tax statement from last year, your DD-214, and then to be a resident of Lorain County for at least 90 days. And then we'll be able to process that application and see the allowances are based on number of months of service. So that's an equation that we do in-house here based on the number of months of service and how much we would be able to assist with. And then, so pretty simple process there for medical dental vision. And then if you have things that you've paid within the last 90 days and you're wanting reimbursement for, we can assist you with that as well. It's the same application process. You just bring in the receipts, bring in the bill showing that it was paid within the last 90 days and that the procedure was done within the last 1 year, and then the tax statement, and we'll be good to go.
We'd much rather pay the bill than the reimbursement. So that's why we keep putting the word out there every single month, because it really is a fantastic program. I think it's pretty unique to Lorain County, and it's a benefit that you will most likely qualify for. We try to make these benefits that you have earned, this relief that you've earned, accessible to most veterans within the county. So don't automatically assume that you don't qualify. Please reach out to us. Let us know your situation, and let's have a discussion whether or not we can help you out with those medical bills, those dental bills, and those vision bills. I know a lot of insurance plans don't offer vision. A lot of people don't elect to have the vision or the dental, right? Because health insurance is so expensive. So this is a way that we can potentially help you with some of those needs. Do you want to talk about our legal program real quick?
Yeah, legal program is still a fairly new program. We offer assistance if you're looking to get a will, an estate plan, you're dealing with anything in probate. There's a lot
care.
of things. Yeah, elder care. We just keep expanding the program as we're seeing more need for legal assistance in different areas. But we also have flyers for those, brochures all over the place. We also have them on our website as well, and that's very similar to the medical dental vision in the way of documents needed is not very much. All you need is your DD-214 showing that you have honorable service or general under honorable, a tax statement from the previous year, and whatever it is that you're looking for assistance with. The form itself is filled out in the office, and then we pay the lawyers, directly, so that we don't have to worry about the veteran worrying about what is and isn't going to have to be paid. They just show up for their appointment with the lawyer and get all their documents taken care of with the lawyer, and then the lawyer sends us the bill, and we take care of it on the backside. So great program for a lot of people I know. A big one that I see is, power of attorney and estate plans. You have to have a power of attorney for a lot of things. Getting an estate plan ready and making sure that all of your things are ready so they don't go into probate. And our lawyers are all great at handling all of those types of things. So.
And I'm a little bit, the legal program is absolutely fantastic. Again, you're most likely going to qualify for it.
Yeah.
So come and talk to us. Half the reason we're doing this live stream once a month and kind of chopping up, you'll see bits and parts of it later on throughout the month, is we're trying to get the word out there that these programs are available and that they exist. Now, Jackie, I'm a little nervous to bring this up, but let's talk a little bit about home repairs.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Home repairs. Yes, we do assist with, it's a very case-by-case basis situation. We look at household income, we look at extent of repair needed, and then specifically what it is if you need your whole roof replaced and it's not an emergency need due to safety, it's less likely that it's going to get approved. I'm not going to say it's going to absolutely get denied, but everything has an application process. And so I would venture to say that if you think that you have home repairs that you're needing assistance with, just apply. A lot of the times we have veterans who can't leave their homes, who do have a difficult times. The homes wear down, they can't maintain them very well. And that's, nothing to be ashamed of. It happens. But that's why programs like this are in place, so that there are people who we work with who will come out and make sure that the repairs that are being requested are what's needed. And if there's anything else that needs to be, that's a safety feature, a safety issue, and then kind of go from there on getting quotes from different vendors. Generally, we need 3 quotes for anything. If it's a hot water tank or, a heater or anything like that, we always need 3 quotes. And if it can be difficult to get 3 quotes, which is why we partner with community resources to be able to provide those for your application.
There's a real emphasis on the safety aspect of the home repair. When we say home repair, it's not restoration or remodel, it's repair. For example, we had a client, World War II widow, who, her steps were crumbling. She had a deck that had deteriorated in the backyard, and the grass was overgrown. It was obviously a safety issue for her to move around. So we cleared all that debris out, repaired the steps, and made the home safer and more accessible. We also had another veteran that just simply needed rails put up in the home because he was falling in the bathtub. We were able to come in and we were able to do something along those lines. But at the same time, if the furnace goes, right, and it's a day like today, that's a safety issue. So like Jackie said, it is a case-by-case basic. We do take a hard look at it. But I will say that it is a program that we offer. So if you are in need of that, or you think you may be in need, or a veteran, or again the spouse, or a widow, and you feel like you need that, please reach out to Jackie and her team, and we'll work with you on that.
Yes. And then I saw Scott Emery asked a question, is all the info available at the Abbey Road office? And it is. We do have all of our programs. The information is available here at our office on 1230 North Abbey Road in Elyria.
Yep. We'll start you. We'll conduct an intake. If you file a claim, you want to talk a little bit about Jackie? I think we need to get the word out a little bit about how
the process.
Yeah. Talk about that real quick.
Yeah, we did change some things. I know in the past, we only had 2 financial assistance investigators, and they were kind of working their own individual claims kind of as things were coming. And now we have a triage process. So anybody who comes in initially to apply for assistance will see Sandra. Sandra is the triage. She will make sure that all the applications are built in the system and that all the documents that are initially requested are received. Generally within a week, that claim would move off of Sandra's desk onto Lisa's or myself, and then we would process those applications as they came in. So it would depend on making sure all the documents were there, and if we're able to process that application from start to finish, and then kind of move through step by step. And then once that happens, we have Audrey on our team now. She's kind of the back house. She does a lot of our communications with the auditor's office and making sure that all of our paperwork is going to and from the auditor's office appropriately. So it does change hands a few times. And I know that that can be frustrating for people as they're trying to figure out updates and, where's my claim at? What's the process? And I do just, recommend try to be as patient as you can and be patient with Sandra, especially as if it's off of her desk, she doesn't always get the no right away on where it's at in the process if more information's been received and things like that. So
yeah, our entire office, we do have kind of a free agent service officer, FA person that we can see for those emergency claims, but we're really moving to an appointment based. It's easier on the client. It's easier. It's easier on the staff, and it eliminates a little bit of the chaos that can happen on a normal day, and long wait times that we were experiencing early on, a few years back. That doesn't say that if like I used the example of the house burning down, if your house burnt down or you're diagnosed with some serious medical injury that on the service side with service claims, it doesn't mean that we're going to make you wait 2 weeks to come in. If it's high priority or you're classified as having either a immediate serious hardship or you need to get a service claim in through one of our service officers, we're going to prioritize that, and we're going to get you in as soon as we can. I promise you that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
So, Jackie, that's all the time we have today on our.
Yeah, we went a little over. Let's touch on some office close dates though, real quick. Our office will be closed on Christmas Eve, on Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. We will also be closed on December 19th. So if you need any services, please keep in mind that those dates we will be closed, but you reach out to us any other time. Email, text messages, phone calls, make sure you leave voicemails and we'll get back to you.
Yes. And on the service department side, if you're looking at filing maybe a new service disability claim or an increase or an appeal, whatever that might be, we're going to, with Christmas and New Year's, we want to get that intent to file in prior to the end of the month. So you might, don't wait to the last minute, come in and see us. That is something that we can typically accommodate. If you walk in an intent to file, we can definitely get that out the door. If you come in, we may not be able to do the entire claim that day. We'll set you up an appointment, but we'll get the intent to file out the door for you as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Larry.
All right. Hey, Jackie, this is our second one. It's in the books. I don't know if we're getting better or we're getting worse or somewhere in between, but maybe we get Crystal on next time. And I just want to have the opportunity to say to all the veterans out there, thank you. And the spouses and the significant others, thank you for your service, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year.
Awesome.
All right, talk to you soon.
All right, bye.